Shalom, Israel. Chef.R.Sullivan, Hebrew Israelite.
Shalom. Mine and mine, Yahuda Israel. About to read from the Torah today in Exodus.
We're gonna be coming out the Torah and we're coming out the book of Jasher. Going over the story of Moses. We're gonna start in the book of Jasher, chapter 68. I'm gonna read 1 through 11. All right.
Verse.
You ready?
You want to read first?
Yeah. We're in the book of Jasher, chapter 68, we start at verse 1. Says, and it was at that time the spirit of Yahweh was upon Miriam, the daughter of Amram, the sister of Aaron. And she went forth and prophesied about the house, saying, behold, a son will be born unto us from my father and mother at this time, and he will save Israel from the hands of Egypt. And when Amram heard the words of his daughter, he went and took his wife back into the house. And after he had driven her away at that time, when Pharaoh ordered every male child of the house of Jacob to be thrown in water. So you remember at that time, Pharaoh he had ordered for all the babies of Israel, the firstborn, to be killed and to be thrown in water. That's
alligators.
That's what we talk. That's what he's talking about right now. Remember that? Verse 3. So Amram took Jochebed, his wife, 3 years after he had driven her away, and he came to her, and she conceived. Right? So Amram took his wife Jochebed. You know what I'm saying? After he driven her away for 3 years, and then he took her and she conceived. And at the end of several months from her conception, she brought forth a son, and the whole house was filled with great light, as of the light of the sun and moon. And at that time of their shining, right? So it say, you know what I'm saying, after them 7 months, she brought forth a son. And it say when she brought forth Moses, her son, say the whole house was filled with a great light, as the sun and moon, you know what I'm saying, were shining in the room, in the house, right? Verse 5, and when the woman saw the child that was good and pleasing to the sight, she hid it for 3 months in an inner room. So, you know what I'm saying, Jochebed, she hid Moses for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Verse 6, and in those days the Egyptians conspired to destroy the Hebrews there, right? So the Egyptians, they conspired. Remember we talking about in another video, you know what I'm saying, how the Egyptians conspired against Israel, the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Now we see, you know what I'm saying, that this is backing that up, because you know what I'm saying, it said that the Egyptians conspired to destroy all the Hebrews there at that time. See that? Verse 7, and the Egyptians went to Goshen, where the children of Israel were, and they carried their young ones upon their shoulders, their babes who could not speak. So the Egyptian women went to Goshen, where the children of Israel was. See that? But we was in Egypt and Goshen. In those days, when the women of the children of Israel brought forth, each woman had hidden her son from before the Egyptians, and the Egyptians might not know of their bringing forth, and might not destroy them from the land. See, that's why they was hiding the firstborn, because the Egyptians was trying to destroy the firstborn. You know what I'm saying? So they hid them, right? And the Egyptian women came to Goshen, and their children who could not speak were upon their shoulders. And when the Egyptian women came into the house of the Hebrew woman, her babe began to cry. See? So when the Egyptian women went in the house of the Hebrew women, the children began to cry. And when it kept, and when it cried, the child that was in the inner room answered. So that the Egyptian woman went and told it at the house of Pharaoh. See? So when the Egyptian women heard the babe cry from the inner room, they went back and told Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? Pharaoh sent his officers to take the children and slay them, and did the Egyptians to the Hebrew women all their days. See that? So they was trying to slay the firstborn of Israel all their days, and that's what was going on with Moses. You know what I'm saying?
You read from Joshua, yeah?
Yeah.
You read from think about all what was going on before he was to attack all the Israelite males to be like, killed and shit. Because if you think about it, like during the time where the Israelites the males was being killed off by throwing into the waters,
Right.
Pharaoh's daughter found Moses. She knew he wasn't an Egyptian baby. She knew he was Hebrew,
Got it.
So still going against like her father's like orders and stuff like that. Do you think he kind of in a way brought destruction on his own self? Because before he wanted to enslave all the Israelites because they was multiplying, like increasing. He said we gotta enslave them because they're going to outnumber our powers and rule over us. So he thought that by doing this, he was going to save himself and his people. But really, the Israelites wasn't trying to be much of a threat, because the Most High said to, I think, Jacob, that, that the people going to basically be in like, he said that to Abraham, he's going to be in a strange land for 400 years and mistreated. They was just trying to get up out of there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Israel been in Egypt for so long. When they left, they mentally was still in Egypt, and they went to the same shit after a while, after serving like false gods. They kept the same gods, and they developed new gods and adopted new gods as they traveled and then defiled the land of Jerusalem. So we went again to another 4 years of slavery.
Right, and that's what's been going on with it throughout the generation. Even to today, because we still in our captivity today, trying to come out. You know what I'm saying? But with that, I'm gonna go to we still in 68, but I'm gonna drop down to verse 21. I'm gonna read through 25. Yeah. I'm going to read through 25, verse 21. And Miriam, his sister, was at that time amongst the Egyptian woman at the riverside. And she saw this thing that she said to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and fetch the nurse of the Hebrew woman, that she may nurse the child for thee? See? And Pharaoh's daughter said to Jochebed, take this child away and suckle it for me, and I will pay thee thy wages, 2 bits of silver daily. And the woman took the child and nursed it. At the end of 2 years, when the child grew up, she brought him to the daughter of Pharaoh, and he was unto her as a son. And she called his name Moses, for she said, because I drew him out of the water. See that? And that matches what you were saying in Genesis about, the Egyptian daughter of Pharaoh talking about she drew Moses out the water, so she called his name Moses. He didn't say the same thing here in Jasher.
Is that what his name meant? Also,
That's
Moses?
what she called him Moses.
Because she drew him
said,
out the water.
because I drew him out the water.
Every time,
she
like,
called him his name Moses.
Israelite is born or something like that, when they say their name, they giving it, like, I think, definition because
there's a meaning to it.
Right. Like, for example, I believe all the Israelites in the, like the more the more popular, well-known ones, they always say the meaning to their name. Like, for example, Joseph's two sons, Israel's, Jacob's meaning Israel. You have also Abraham, when his name was changed to Abraham. Yeah, stuff like
that. Verse 25. And Amram called his name Kabar, for he said it was for him that associated with his wife, whom he had turned away. See, because Aram, remember, he separated from his wife for 3 years or so. When he heard that remember, the daughter said they was gonna bring forth a son. You know, he drove his wife away. You know what I'm saying? But then when he brought her back, you know what I'm saying, he impregnated. But yeah, then we see, you know what I'm saying, that the Egyptian woman, you know what I'm saying, drew Moses out the water. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, we see that he's now, you know what I'm saying, in the hands of the Egyptians as a son to Jochebed, the daughter of Pharaoh.
You know, I think he probably like learned the ways the Egyptians are being raised kind of in their household.
Yeah.
But he stayed true to his true heritage.
But check this out. We're gonna go to this a good one too. We're gonna go to verse 70. Chapter 70, verse 2. This still in the book of Jasher right now. Chapter 70, verse 2. Check this out. Check this out, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 1 and bring it into verse 2. Check this out. Okay, and in the 3rd year from the birth of Moses, Pharaoh was sitting at a banquet. When Pharaoh, Al-Parneth, the queen, was sitting at his right, and Bethiah at his left, and the lad Moses was lying upon her bosom, and Balaam the son of Beer with his 2 sons, and all the princes of the kingdom were sitting at the table in the king's presence. And the lad stretched forth his hand upon the king's head, and took the crown from the king's head, and placed it upon his head. Verse 3. And when the king and the princes saw the work of the boy had done, which the boy had done, the king and the princes were terrified. The one man to his neighbor expressed astonishment, which means to be surprised. But I'm going to keep going for a second. Verse 4. And the king said unto the princes who were before him at the table, speak what you speak. Say, what speak you, and what say you, O ye princes, in this matter? And what is it to be the judgment against the boy on this account of his act? See that? So Moses was just a baby, and they put judgment upon him as a baby child for grabbing the crown off the king's head, off Pharaoh's head, putting it up on him. See what I'm saying?
That's like, spiteful jealousy or some shit. But hell, I guess they don't also even take like, what do you call it?
Check this out.
I forget the word.
What?
I'm not
Check this out. I'm going to jump down, right? I'm going to read 19 And I'm gonna read 19. I'm gonna read 19 through 23. Real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go 19 through 23. But I'm gonna just stop right there because I don't want to jump away from, you know what I'm saying, what we're getting into, the study we're getting into. So I'm gonna just stop there. But it's just amazing how the king, the Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying, wanted to judge Moses for taking the crown off his head as a baby, as a child. You understand? That's what babies do. They reach around and that's how they learn. That's how, you know what I'm saying. But this ridiculous. Check this out. If it please the king, let us know. Let us now spill his blood up on the ground. See this?